Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway as we cap off week 17 in the NNSCRA. We are here for the Snickers Cup Series Chase Race number 2. And on the pole for today's race is a championship contender. Actually, the front row consists of championship contenders. Christian James in his new number 17 Best Buy Ford Fusion look, and he's driving that alongside of Adam Chambers. Before we get to the starting lineup, though, we're going to step aside, take a look at how the championship standings look like coming in to this race at Indy.
So here's the way that the standings look coming into this race here at Indianapolis. And as you can see, pretty much through the top 12, it's pretty close. Only separated by 19 points, which in theoretical terms means that if Adam Chambers finished in 21st position, Vincent Marsh finished ahead of everybody else and won the race, he would be the new points leader pretty much. I think Jack Richards and the others would have to finish 15th or worse. But it's still a long shot for these guys, and anything can easily happen. I would say that probably the comfort zone is back down to 8th. If Jack Nathan finished in dead last, I think he still would mathematically still be in championship contention. Here's the rest of the drivers, and you can see that the gap kind of opens up a little bit from 13th on down. Murphy, Nugent, McCurry, and Cook, they're going to need good finishes here today, or else they may be mathematically out of contention.
So that's the way that it looks, and rather remarkable that all 16 drivers are still mathematically in championship contention. That just blows my mind. Anyway, time for the starting lineup to show you where those 16 chase drivers are running, along with the other 26 that have made this race. Christian James, as we mentioned, on the pole, alongside of Adam Chambers. T.O. Bain going to line up beside of Joshua Courier. John Brace, alongside of championship contender Arnold Columbia. Then you got championship contender and Vincent Marsh beside of Daniel Schwab. Timmy Pacioli, yet another championship contender, will line up beside of fellow championship contender Jack Richards. James McLeod, who very well may take the Rookie of the Season this year. He's leading that way, and he is lined up alongside of James Bald. Championship contender Jack Nathan will line up beside of Cody Poe. Remember, Cody Poe filling in for the 11 in this series and the World One Cup Series number 5 ride for the injured Jordan Hester. Ray Wilson, championship contender, going to line up alongside of fellow championship contender Alex Lozano. And it's Shane Green alongside of Ryan Acosta. Championship contender and rookie Evan Nugent will line up beside of championship contender Kenny McCurry. Then another championship contender and Jared Crocious will line up beside of John Worry. Devin Wilson, he'll line up beside of Noel Stiller. That's another championship contender right there. Jake Berg beside of Ziggy Bain. And then it's Patrick Murphy, another championship contender, alongside of Jacob Cook, another fellow rookie and championship contender. John Dillon going to line up beside of Tony Speed, and then it's Matthew Rodriguez alongside of championship contender Anthony McCurry. Then Trent Whitney will line up alongside of Felix Harris, then it's Sean Galligan and Robert Bann. Nick Eggleston, another championship contender, not a championship contender, will line up alongside of Dougie Shears, our winner yesterday in the World One Cup Series. And then Justin Johnson beside of Harold Columbia, and Angel D'Souza and Jonathan Morris round out the rest of the field. So these cars will be put under the green flag in mere moments as they have to complete their half pace lap. And as I mentioned in the Mobile One Cup Series race, this is the area where drivers very easily could have costly mistakes happen and fall out of championship contention. Because remember, after this race, we've only got 3 more races, including the season finale at Zenjoltis. While 13 drivers who are mathematically in championship contention for the Mobile One Cup Series race yesterday ended up finishing with 6 of them out of the race. Actually, no. I think it might have been 7 of them out of the race, but there were a lot of championship contenders who got taken out. Will Indianapolis weave that magic spell here today, or will these drivers be able to escape that and still remain in contention when we head into next week's race at Texas? We're only 24 laps away from finding out, as we will take the green flag here. Christian James, Adam Chambers, championship contenders battling it out for the championship, are on the front row and get us under the green flag here at the Brickyard. Christian James driving that new Best Buy look in that Ford. Going to be kind of difficult to tell him and Matthew Rodriguez apart. Almost pretty similar paint schemes they drive. He's about to get a challenge, though. T.O. Bain is right there. And then it's some Richard Childress racing cars, all 3, 4, and 5. John Brace, Arnold Columbia, and Adam Chambers. Christian James, though, leads the way. 3 wide back there for second. Now goes back to double wide as the Richard Childress racing cars gang up once again on the Hendrick Motorsports car of T.O. Bain. And Christian James is just pulling away here. He's waving bye-bye. And that's pretty much because these other guys are racing double wide and not concentrating on closing in on that number 17. Boy, he has just opened up a huge gap, has Christian James. Wow. Oh, John Brace is in the wall. T.O. Bain is in trouble. Brace is sideways, and the caution's undoubtedly going to come out. And that's just going to take that huge lead of Christian James and just completely disintegrate it. Still trying to look to see if the caution is out. I'm trying to see if the yellow lights are on those lights on the safer barriers. Yes, they are. The caution is waving. Christian James obviously going to lead the way down to the stripe with Arnold Columbia in second and Adam Chambers in third. Jake Berg was involved. Championship contender Alex Lozano's involved. Robert Band, Nick Eggleston, Ryan Acosta, Tony Speed, possibly even Jack Richards. Yes, he's got damage. That's a championship contender. Felix Harris is involved. Anthony McCurry, another championship contender, is involved. We know that John Brace is involved. There's James Bald with damage to his Long John Silver's Ford. Evan Nugent, another championship contender, is involved. So we've got quite a few drivers that are championship contenders coming into this race that are involved in this wreck. We know it started with John Brace. Let's look back at a replay. Looks like that he and T.O. Bain just got together here, and it kind of forced him up into the fence. And T.O. Bain got a piece of the wall as well. Look at Tim Pacioli. Just squeak his way by. Wow. And I think that's Vincent Marsh behind him there, trying to slow up, trying to get by, and somehow he did. But Jack Richards, oh, right into the back of John Brace. Down and, oh, he just almost got Patrick Murphy. Oh, he comes up. He got a piece there of John Dillon. Jake Berg spins. Jake Berg is involved. Oh, look at Jacob Cook further back there. Barrel rolling. Nick Eggleston, Robert Band back there. Felix Harris, Anthony McCurry, Jonathan Morris, Justin Johnson. There were 2 wrecks that occurred off that turn. There's Evan Nugent getting in the back of James Bald. If you look back further here, Ryan Acosta was in that. Robert Band, Dougie Shears going through the grass area to miss it. Alex Lozano back there. There's a championship contender as well. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 championship contenders that I can see here that were involved in that got some damage. Oh, that was a little close coming off that turn. Oh, Daniel Schwab and James McLeod getting into it there. That was a little close for comfort. That nearly sent one of them for a spin. But that's the tally of what we have for championship contenders involved. Now we'll have to see what the finish result's going to be as far as whether or not they're going to be able to get repairs done and return to the racetrack, or if they're going to retire and maybe mathematically take themselves out of championship contention. So here's the way it looks as far as drivers retiring from the race. Jacob Cook, Alex Lozano, Jack Richards, Anthony McCurry, Evan Nugent. Their championship hopes may be over, as all of them have retired from the race. They joined Robert Band in the garage area, and I'm not certain if James Bald is still here or not. No, he is not. James Bald is also retired from this race in the number 38 car. So, here's the way they'll line up for the restart, as we already have 5 championship contenders out of the race. Christian James leads. Arnold Columbia second, Adam Chambers third, Timmy Pacioli fourth. That's 4 championship contenders right there in the top 4, which is even more bad news for those championship contenders that retired from the race. Joshua Courier running very well in 5th. 6th is T.O. Bain. Daniel Schwab runs in 7th. Ray Wilson, another championship contender in 9th. Championship contender Jack Nathan in 9th, rather. Wait a minute, I'm getting mixed up here. Okay, 8th is Ray Wilson. Championship contender Jack Nathan is 9th, and championship contender Kenny McCurry is in 10th. Another championship contender, and Jared Crocious is 11th. So there you've got 8 championship contenders in the top 11. Really bad news for those drivers that retired. Then you got Devin Wilson, 12th. 13th is Patrick Murphy, another championship contender. John Worry, 14th. Trent Whitney, 15th. Ziggy Bain in 16th. 17th is Angel D'Souza. 18th, Harold Columbia. 19th, Vincent Marsh. 20th is Shane Green, and Cody Poe runs in 21st. 22nd is Matthew Rodriguez. 23rd is John Dillon. 24th is Noel Stiller. 25th is Justin Johnson. Jonathan Morris, James McLeod, Sean Galligan, Dougie Shears, Ryan Acosta, Tony Speed, Felix Harris, 32nd. Nick Eggleston, John Brace, and Jake Berg are the rest of the field running on the racetrack. So a total of 9 drivers in the top 13 right now that are championship contenders. That would be 1st through 4th, 8th through 11th, and 13th position. Green flag back out on lap 7 of 24. Christian Jane's going to try and get that huge lead he did before, but this time it's a single file restart, so that may put him in danger of maybe losing the lead, as those Richard Childress cars going to try and go to work there. Now they're actually going to go to work on each other. Adam Chambers to the inside of Arnold Columbia. Christian James, though, with about a car length advantage. Now about 2 heading into the turn 3 area. And now Arnold Columbia is going to slide past Adam Chambers on the high side. I don't think I've ever seen the high side of Indianapolis work like that before, but Columbia's got 2nd, Chambers back to 3rd. Pacioli just got passed by Joshua Courier for 4th. He's now fallen back to the 5th position. Caution's waving. Once again here at Indianapolis. This time, oh, it's a huge pile up! On the front straightaway, there's Ziggy Bain, Felix Harris, Sean Galligan, Cody Poe, Noel Stiller, Jonathan Morris, John Dillon's on pit road, Angel D'Souza, Jake Berg, Dougie Shears, John Brace, I think I mentioned, Shane Green, T.O. Bain, Nick Eggleston possibly involved, Ryan Acosta was in it. That was a huge pile up there, and that took out almost half the field that was running there. Let's take a look and see what happened. How did that start? It involved one of our front runners, T.O. Bain, right there. He gets into Daniel Schwab, turns him down, and watch this. Schwab hits the inside retaining wall, goes down pit road, but right there, T.O. Bain nailed the inside retaining wall, comes right up into his Hendrick teammate, Ziggy Bain. Oh, Vincent Marsh, another championship contender, was involved right there. Look at T.O. Bain flying. That car actually flew into pit road. It flew into pit road. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. Oh my goodness. And look at this, even going sliding down pit road. But I see Trent Whitney was involved, James McLeod was involved. Oh, Ziggy Bain was involved. Oh my goodness. Angel D'Souza. Noel Stiller was stopped there. I don't know if he was involved or not. That's a championship contender. Dougie Shears, our defending champion, involved. And look at T.O. Bain. I am absolutely speechless. I've never seen a car fly over the wall like that. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't think we can really go through and see every single driver that was involved, so we'll have to go to the green flag and take a look at who's retired from the race to find out just exactly who did get involved in that, because that happened with drivers starting from about the 7th position on back. Okay, so we'll try and tally up who indeed was involved in that wreck. Ryan Acosta, Daniel Schwab, Shane Green, Dougie Shears, Jonathan Morris, Sean Galligan, Angel D'Souza, championship contender Vincent Marsh, T.O. Bain, Harold Columbia, Trent Whitney, Ziggy Bain, all were involved in that. Now, we'll see if we can find out if any other drivers were involved at the back that had to get repairs. I know Jake Berg is one of them. Yeah, John Brace was involved. Cody Poe was involved. John Dillon was involved. Jake Berg was involved. Felix Harris, Noel Stiller, Tony Speed, Nick Eggleston, James McLeod. Those were the drivers that were involved in this wreck. And here's the thing now. We only have 23 cars left on the racetrack, so we'll go through them and show you who is running where. We still have 4 championship contenders in the top 5, and we have, I think, a total of 8 in the top 10. James is one of them. Columbia is one of them. Chambers is one of them. Joshua Curry is 4th. Pacioli is 1. Jack Nathan is one of them. Kenny McCurry is one of them. Ray Wilson is one of them. And Jared Crocious is one of them. That's back through 9th position. Devin Wilson is 10th. Then you got Patrick Murphy. He's in 11th. John Worry Justin Johnson, Matthew Rodriguez, James McLeod. That's the top 15. Nick Eggleston runs 16th. 17th is Tony Speed. 18th is Noel Stiller. Felix Harris is 19th. 20th is Jake Berg. 21st is John Dillon. Cody Poe runs 22nd, and 23rd is John Brace. Well, from what I'm able to understand, all 4 Hendrick cars are out of the race. All 3 Childress cars are still in. And of the 3 Roush cars that made this race, only 1 has retired. The other 2 are running on the racetrack. And both of them are championship contenders, Christian Janes and Jack Nathan. So we have, right now, a total of 9 championship contenders in the top 11. As the green flag will come back out on lap 12, we are now halfway through this race, but boy, has it been a wild one already here at Indianapolis. Janes has been doing a very good job staying out in front of everybody, but these single file restarts have almost completely hurt him because he almost got ganged up on by Arnold Columbia and Adam Chambers last time. This time he gets a speedy getaway and opens up about a car length advantage over the Caterpillar Chevrolet. Arnold Columbia has 2 victories this season. Christian Janes has 1. And Christian Janes actually got into the championship due to John Brace. A lot of people were saying John Brace was supposed to make the championship. Well, John Brace ended up getting penalized due to the fact that he ended up getting involved with somebody, and it was actually a pretty bad skirmish with someone earlier on this season, and so the penalty was that he could not race for the championship if he was eligible. So a tough break for him, but it was Christian Janes' fortune as the caution flag is now waving once again. And this time it involves Nick Eggleston and Devin Wilson. Those are 2 drivers who, if I remember correctly, were running up in for the restart in 10th and 12th, I believe. 10th and 12th, or 10th and 13th. Let's see what involved them. Now here's a look at what happened. Patrick Murphy gets into fellow championship contender Jared Crocious, and it hurries him down the racetrack, and he clips Devin Wilson. And whoa! Look at Patrick Murphy! How did he make that move? But Crocious did get some contact there. But I don't know how Patrick Murphy got through that. And look at Nick Eggleston, just absolutely nowhere to go. Bam! Nails that 23 car, and heavy-duty contact for both those drivers. Heavy-duty damage. Undoubtedly, both those drivers who were on their way to top 15 finishes are going to be retiring from the race. Get back to the green flag. Alright, so we're going to get ready to go back under green flag racing. We'll have 8 laps to go when they take the green. Those drivers that you saw involved, Devin Wilson, Nick Eggleston, goes without saying they have retired from today's race. Here's the lineup. Christian Janes, Arnold Columbia, Adam Chambers, Timmy Pacioli, and Kenny McCurry. Now all 5 spots of the top 5 taken up by championship contenders. Joshua Courier seems to be the only non-championship contender up there in the top 10 as he runs 6th. 7th is Jack Nathan, Ray Wilson is in 8th, 9th is Patrick Murphy, and then you got John Worry breaking into the top 10 there as well. Justin Johnson, good run for him there in that number 62 as he's up in 11th. Matthew Rodriguez is 12th, James McLeod 13th, Jared Croce is 14th rather, 15th is Noel Stiller, 16th is John Dillon, 17th is Cody Poe, and then you got John Brace in 18th, 19th is Jake Berg, and 20th is Felix Harris. So no matter if these drivers get involved in a wreck or not, they are ensured a top 20 finish here today since we only have 20 cars remaining on the racetrack. If you're just joining us, we've had several championship contenders taken out here early at Indianapolis. They include drivers such as Vincent Marsh, also out of the race as Evan Nugent, Anthony McCurry, Jack Richards, Alex Lozano, and Jacob Cook. So the majority of our championship contenders are running on the racetrack still and doing a very good job, as I mentioned. The top 5 consisting all of championship contenders, but those 5 or 6 that have retired from the race early, they are going to have a tough time having to fight their way back up in the standings, and they may have mathematically taken themselves out of championship contention here today, regardless of what kind of finishes they get in the following races. We'll be finding that out at the end of this race, but this race ain't over yet, as Christian Janes leads them down to the green flag. Lap 17 will go on the board. 8 laps to go. See if maybe we can get to the checkered flag without another caution coming out. We probably would be able to race under green one more time if the caution did come out, but then I don't think we'd be able to do it a second time. And this time, Columbia, Chambers, Pacioli, McCurry, oh boy, Janes has got company on the back door, and they're knocking hard. Whoa, it almost was awfully close there off that turn, as Christian Janes almost got turned by Columbia. And now Chambers going to go back to work on his teammate, Arnold Columbia. Chambers wants that second position, something awful apparently, as he's going to battle it out there. Kenny McCurry going to go to the inside of Timmy Pacioli. That's a battle for fourth. And this allows Christian Janes to get away. And we are still green. Oh! Chambers got turned! Chambers got turned! Is he okay, though? He may have gotten turned down pit road. He was! Chambers was turned down pit road. He has to maintain pit road speed now. And that may not help Chambers at all. I don't know who turned him, but Chambers got turned down pit road. The good thing is he didn't hit anything, but he had to go down to pit road speed, and Chambers is now going to lose a ton of valuable track position. Oh my goodness, that was a heartbreak right there. And look at Ray Wilson coming up that inside line now, as he's going to try and take fifth position away from Arnold Columbia, who gets a piece of the wall. And now Columbia is going to lose the sixth position to his teammate John Worry. Now he's under fire again. Timmy Pacioli just got the wall. There's Pacioli in the 92. He was just in the wall there, and he's losing valuable positions. Crossed the stripe that time in sixth. Christian Janes leads the way, though. There is Chambers, a long ways back. He may be able to catch up to drivers like Felix Harris, Jake Berg, and maybe pick up a few spots here before this race is over, but man, oh man, was that a tough break for him. Christian Janes, though, taking the top spot still, and he's got a driver behind him that really would like a win. Go or go homer, Joshua Courier in the number 22. And Courier will be back next season. Oh, I think I heard some contact back there. Well, this is a big battle here. This is around the 4th, 5th position. Patrick Murphy, Jared Crocious, Jack Nathan, Timmy Pacioli, Arnold Columbia, they're all in it. And Justin Johnson there as well. And Murphy slides by Pacioli. That, I believe, was for the 4th spot. Kenny McCurry is very solidly right now in 3rd. See if Chambers has been able to make any progress. No, he's still... Oh! Ray Wilson's on pit road. But there's no caution. And Wilson's gonna pull off pit road, but he may have hit the wall. That's a championship contender, so Chambers and Wilson early on or late in this race are involved in something there. Oh boy, Joshua Courier to the inside, looking for his first career win. He's got the inside line on Christian Janes, and Courier goes to the front. We got 4 laps to go. Courier starting to pull away now from Christian Janes. Janes has to regroup, and Kenny McCurry trying to make this a 3-man fight. He'll try and close in on these guys. Meanwhile, Timmy Pacioli back in 4th. 5th now is Columbia. 6th is Murphy. And then you got in 7th position, a great run for Justin Johnson. But it ain't over yet. We still got a ways to go in this event. They'll come down here, hit the stripe for 3 laps to go. Christian Janes is right there again. He wants the lead back. He's had it all race long. He wants the lead at the end, and he's to the inside of Joshua Courier. When it comes to the final laps, veteran experience is always helpful, and rookie Joshua Courier is going to have his hands full trying to pass that number 17 once again. They've got the car of Ray Wilson just ahead of them. Wilson had to make an unscheduled pit stop. We got a report that he hit the wall and his right front tire was going down, so he had to make that pit stop. So he's still on the lead lap. He is in the 20th position. He could fall a lap down, though, here to the leaders, Christian Janes and Joshua Courier. Now Courier back to the inside. No, instead he slides in behind the Christian Janes machine, and Kenny McCurry is slowly but surely catching up, but does he have enough time to catch up and make it a 3-man fight? Caution's out. Caution is out. This race is over. Christian James has won it. He's picked up his second career win here in Season 2, his second career Snickers Cup Series win overall, as the caution waves as Joshua Courier was just about to mount a charge, and Christian James is on his way to his second career victory, and we're under the caution, it looks like, for Matthew Rodriguez. Let's take a look and see what happened. Well, I'll tell you what, talk about getting plowed into. Right here, Matthew Rodriguez is trying to make a move here for the 11th position on John Dillon. James McLeod is directly behind him. Let's take a look and see what happens here. Matthew Rodriguez directly behind John Dillon. Oh, Jack Nathan was the reason that it happened. He goes up and gets into Matthew Rodriguez and John Dillon, and then look at and this is what the problem with Matthew Rodriguez. There was no power in that car, and James McLeod just literally shoving him down the front straightaway. He doesn't know that the 43 doesn't have any power in that race car now. But that's a championship contender right there in Jack Nathan. Let's go back real quickly, see who turned him. Well, here's what happened to Jack Nathan. John Worry had actually wanted to go down pit road to make a pit stop. Apparently his spotter did not tell him, hey, there's a car to your inside. And he turned down to head for pit road, and Jack Nathan was just there. There was nothing he could do about getting off the 33. And look at right there. Look at the whole front of that race car get ripped off. Actually went up into the stands. Hope everybody was okay up there for the fans. But, oh, wow, what a hard hit for Jack Nathan. And that's another championship contender who bites the dust here late in this event. His teammate's going to go to victory lane, though. Christian James, let's go back for the checkered flag. Well, Christian James crosses the stripe, picks up career Snickers Cup Series career win number 2. Took his first one at Infineon, takes the one here today, and this will really help him in the championship standings. And, oh, championship standings, you say, well, we're going to show them to you, yeah, but not until we show you the finishing order. We'll be right back.
Alright, so now after 2 chase events in the Snickers Cup Series, this is the way it looks, and you can see that whole race really shook up the points. Now Christian James, that win puts him in the lead. Crocious, Pacioli, Adam Chambers, they're still within striking distance. But look at this. It was only, I think, 19 points separating the top 12 coming in. Now it's down to 42 points. That has really opened up a lot. And just to show you how the chase works out, Jack Richards, he came in second in the standings. Look where he is now. 10th in the standings. That's how hard this place can hit. Now, we're going to roll over here real quickly to the guys who are 13th through 16th in the standings. 2 of them we know for certain are mathematically out of championship contention, Evan Nugent and Jacob Cook, so they'll just run the rest of the season, but they are mathematically out. Alex Lozano and Anthony McCurry, they are right now mathematically out. However, a win or maybe some good finishes could put them back in contention. They're like right on the brink. It's about 44 points that you have to be in order to be still in contention. They're right on the brink there. 2 points out is Lozano, and 2 points out of that margin is Anthony McCurry. So they have a chance next week at Texas to get into there. We'll have to see what happens. Thanks for watching. This has been the race weekend from Indianapolis. We head to Texas Motor Speedway next for all 3 series. You've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, numbers for the NCG MRS. Here comes the rest of the finishing order, or the point standings rather, and the rookie standings.